Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Nice hot day today. So you're going to find me in the village of Woodhead. Now, this was an unintentional explore. I was intentionally looking for a waterfall, which is just that way, which I'm going to explore later on. But as I parked the car and walked down here, I realised that I was just next to these. You might recognise them, which was the old Woodhead tunnels. So there's three of them, 3 miles long. So back that way, you've got Dunford Bridge, which where the portals would have emerged from. This way is Woodhead. So down there is the site of the old Woodhead station. Now there's some remnants, there's a lot of remnants, there's platforms still. Just over there you've got the old station house, and I think they're still there. I'm not going to film them, however, I'm going to show you some footage of the old station site. Now I believe that the station, actually, this one was the second one, wasn't the first one. There was a second one built around the 1950s, I think. So I'm going to take you around the platforms, have a little look, and then I'm going to show you some of the tunnel portals, give you some facts on that.
The Woodhead tunnels were part of the 66-mile long Sheffield to Manchester line. As you can see in the picture, the tunnels were kind of more to the centre of the line. The tunnels ran at 3-mile length between the villages of Dunford Bridge and Woodhead. My venture is going to start on the western portals.
So I believe this is the much newer station. There's a platform just still left here. And if you just have a look, there's a little information board on the tunnels and on the station. So it gives you a little information on each tunnel. So tunnel 1, tunnel 2 and tunnel 3. It's pretty good, that. So this is the platform, or one of the platforms anyway. This is still left intact. And I think it closed in around 1953. I might be wrong. I'll have to have a look. It's absolutely brilliant. And then just down there you can just see another platform. I thought I might as well have a little look on top of the platform. It's absolutely brilliant that there's still a lot of remnants of the station that's still left. The line would have come in this way, made its way through the tunnel that way. Just underneath the old station you can just see there's like a little lake, a little river. And just here we've got another platform. Still intact. And I'm assuming that the entrance would have come in this way. A lot of damage, but still holds itself still. And it surprises me that they've kept it. Look at that. How old is that? You can see all the old supports and the old foundations.
Just to the right here would have been an old waiting room. You can just see that room on the right there while the line was in operation. In this next photo, you can see that the building has disappeared as it was demolished sometime after the closure.
So before I take a look at the tunnels and some of the other surroundings, I'm just going to venture a little bit more to the east, because if you just have a look up there, you can see that old, tall aerial post. And this picture that I'm about to show you, you can see to the left that there were some old buildings. So where I'm about to walk, I'm just going to see if I can find any remains of the buildings.
This building on the left that you can see are the remains that I'm going to explore on this next part.
So if you just have a look up there, you can see the mast up there. And then this looks to be the remains of potential buildings. So if you saw the picture that I showed you, I wonder if these are part of, was it a signal box or something? Because the line would have continued through just here. So I think these are the remains of the buildings that you can see on the left. Now it is quite dense, but it looks man-made, so this looks like it potentially could be the remains of those buildings that you saw in the photo. I think so. You can just see going back west there are the tunnels. So I just made a little venture eastwards just to see if I can find any remains. Now it looks to me like there were two buildings around here, and that one there, you can see the slight remains. However, I think there was another one somewhere just around here which has been totally demolished. I don't think there's any remnants left of that building. I wonder if this is something to do with it. I'm not sure, but it's clearly overgrown. You can just see the mast up there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back towards the station, and I'm just going to show you how it looks at the tunnel portals. I'm just looking back that way actually. I'd love to go and venture down there, but I don't really have the time today, so I might save that one for another video. You can just see how the lines used to split heading towards the stations and the tunnels. Going back this way, just a little bit of nature has taken over, so I'm gonna head back towards the tunnels. I think there's an information board somewhere nearby that I'm gonna have a look at. Another information board as you come west. There you go, it's nice. Well, they've got some history that they've left behind and gives you some more information on the whole line. So let's head back to the tunnels. Let's see those tunnel portals. So let's head back west and let's have a look at these portals. Now I'm not going to go to the other portals today. I'm just going to have a look at this side, so I might save that for another time. So just another little head back through the station side. Now I think this was the, like I say, I think this was the second station that was on the that was built here. I don't think this was the original station. This was the much newer one. So I'm just walking towards the tunnel portals and just see on the left over there, there's some sort of little culvert. Let's go and have a little look at that one. Whoop. Look at that. I don't think this is anything to do with the railway, but just nice to throw in. It's a little scenery. think this is just like a drainage point from the road going down into this little lake that bypasses underneath. And I think that heads towards the waterfall that I was intending to go and explore. Just having a look. These old covered up tracks that head down towards that mast down there. I'm not going to go down there. You can just clearly see that there was some sort of route going towards the tunnels. So looking at tunnel number 1, it was constructed by the Sheffield, Manchester and Ashton-under-Lyne Railway. Now work began on it in 1837 and construction was complete, and it was opened I think in 1845. Now all the tunnels are at the same length. So that's tunnel number 1. And at the time it was the world's longest railway tunnel and also the first ever Transpennine tunnel that was constructed. Now this was tunnel number 2. Now this one was opened in 1853 at the same length. Now apparently both these tunnels were really difficult to maintain, and around 250 trains per day used to pass through these tunnels. You can imagine that, 250 trains a day. So I think they closed these off because they wanted to electrify the line, which then led to the construction of the 3rd tunnel. So in 1953, a 3rd tunnel was built almost 100 years later after the 1st tunnel, which was Woodhead 1. So that one was 1853 and this one was 1953. You can see the difference in the engineering. Now they look to be, the portals look to be made out of stone. You can see the similarities in the construction of both Woodhead 1 and Woodhead 2. And this looks to be a lot different. Well, to me, in my eyes it is. And both look to be different kind of stonework. Look at that. You can just see the portal here. Clearly no one can get in there. You can just see the electric cables. And there's a little drainage channel coming out of the tunnels just here.